Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Lover Pretend, continuing Riku's route, and we're going on a date! Well, whatever it is, we're meeting him at the train station, so, we're gonna find out what it is that he wanted aside from seeing our face. Which, I mean, I ain't opposed to, but, you acting sus, Riku. I'm here for it! I don't care! Sign me up! Where's the dotted line? Let's go. Anyway. The next day, I arrived 10 minutes early, but I didn't see Nishijima there yet. Maybe I came too early. I pulled out my phone to text him that I'd arrived. Huh? I love his glasses. I forgot, it's like the sunglasses. Nobody knows who I am when I put these on. I mean, Clark Kent effect, so understandable. I felt a tap on my shoulder. I jumped and turned around to find Nishijima standing there. I do love the fucking John Lennon glasses on him. It's so good. And thanks for coming. It's been a while, hasn't it? You surprised me. You were here already? Yes, I was standing in the alcove over there. I looked to see where he was talking about, and sure enough, there was an alcove in the wall. I wasn't sure how I felt about Riku and Nishijima lying in wait to ambush me. I'm okay with this. Well, where do you want to go? Should we head to a cafe or something? Wait, you'd probably be recognized in a normal cafe. Actually, I already know where we're going. You do? Did you make a reservation somewhere? Kind of. It's very close by. Nishijima continued to talk with a grin on his face as he turned toward our destination. My home. What now? Excuse me, sir? Okay, okay. I'm not smiling and blushing like an idiot over how we're going. You're taking me home? Okay. Yeah, I got a big ass smile on my face, you pervert. I'm into it. Did you just say you're home? Oh crap, I said that out loud. Yes, my home. It's pretty close to here. That's not really the point. Paying no heed to my distress, Nishijima glanced at me. I don't know why, but after being like, we're going to my house, this look on his face, this sly look with those glasses is beautiful. I love it. There is just something about this that's like, I know what I said. Are you gonna wink at me now? Shit. Shall we get going? I turned to Nishijima, who was now grinning, and said, I'm not going. Why, you're home? I'm going? Hell yeah, motherfucker! Where's my hell yeah, motherfucker? That's what I want. This is why nobody will ever date me. Oh, I can't go to your home. Oh my god, we can't hold hands and be like, fuck yeah, we're holding hands, bitch! Yeah, why you're home. Okay, yeah. Can I ask you something? Why you're home? It's not that I don't want to talk to you. Far from it, actually. I was super happy we got to talk during the audition camp. And that said, don't you think it's strange for our first time meeting to be at your house? It was obvious I had some doubts, so Nishijima leaned in and started whispering in my ear. Oh, and then your hot breath in my ear. Stop it. I have something very important to tell you. Something that reporters cannot find out. It comes with the job, I'm afraid. Oh, I see. I feel like that's a line, but I'm just gonna fall for it. I understand. If that's what it is, then I'm happy to talk to you at your home. Great. Shall we get going then? I don't think Riku would try anything, but I'm just saying. Being slightly shady, and I'm okay with it. Nishijima, now in high spirits, began walking toward his house. He could have just asked us to meet him there. I guess you never know if there's a reporter around. Which, if there is, they're like, Nishijima meets up with strange girl and takes her home. I mean, whatever secret you're trying to hide, this is what's coming out. Is this why we end up having to pretend to be his girlfriend? You know what I mean? I followed close behind him, wary of my surroundings now. Come on in. Thanks for having me over. Go ahead and have a seat on the sofa. Okay, thanks. I walked to the sofa and sat down. I like his little bookcase divider. like between the chair. That's not a real couch. That's a chair. But like in his bed. So this is Nishijima's home. Other than special circumstances, this is the first time I've been inside a guy's house. Fortunately, Nishijima didn't seem the type to do anything untoward, and it wasn't like we were complete strangers. We had our own rooms at the camp, but technically we were under the same roof. As I sat lost in thought, Nishijima suddenly sat down right next to me. He's sitting awfully close. Miss Ueda, I hope you don't mind me getting straight to the point. Is that okay? Sure. He closed his eyes for a second, and when he opened them again, they had a serious glint to them. Miss Ueda, please marry me. Huh? Huh is right, okay, but like, I, what now? What? I, okay, this is interesting. I mean, we have to pretend to be lovers, so, okay. I'm curious as to what exactly, we usually accidentally fall into the we're dating thing, but now we're gonna, I mean, like with Makino, it was like, we have to pretend that you're my girlfriend now. It's cool. But like, this is like, marry me? Not, I need you to pretend to be my girlfriend. Okay, cool. You want me to marry you? Okay, sure. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I love you. You're hot, so, and you got money, so like, I mean, that helps too. And you seem pretty nice. You might be hiding some shit, but I don't think it's anything bad. This is awkward. But like, I mean, I don't know, the first proposal I ever had was weirder, so this is fine. This works. Oh, and did you not hear me? Would you please I heard you! I heard you the first time! But marriage? Yes, a marriage. Just look at the look on his face. He's like, yeah, okay. You really are a little bad shit, aren't you? I just want to ruffle his hair and be like, look at you! He's got early onset dementia. That's not adorable, that's sad, but like, it's okay. We'll get you help, sweetie. We'll get you a doctor or nurse or some shit. Unsure of how to process it all, I covered my face with my hands. What the heck is happening? What does he mean? Wait, is this maybe... I think I get what's going on now. Nonchalantly inviting me over to his place, sitting next to me, spouting that cheesy pickup line. In other words, are you bamboozling me? I didn't peg you for the same type of guy as Sena. The same type? The type that hits on every single girl he sees. I just didn't think you were like that. Wait a second. I glared at Nishijima. He looked puzzled, and then he went quiet. After a few moments, he seemed to come to some sort of realization. Ah, I see now. I can see how you came to that conclusion based on what I said. Sorry about that. Let me explain. Yeah, that might help. Did you fucking think that, like, maybe an explanation before a marriage proposal? This is gonna come out and it's gonna be like, see, if you said this and then said, so, in conclusion, I think we should get married. Might have made more sense, but I'm curious now. I was visibly distressed, but Nishijima turned to me and started to explain. This is gonna be fun. For starters, when I say marriage, I don't actually mean it for real. Oh, thank goodness. I was so confused when you asked me to marry you out of nowhere. But also, maybe you should have started with this. What if I was like, yes, Riku, oh my god, I love you too. And he's like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm just saying, like, fuck with a girl a little harder. What the shit? Riku, dude, guide, have you never met a woman before? Okay. As an actor, I've made several confessions and proposals, but I haven't had the chance to do so in real life yet. Okay. So, for all intents and purposes, when I say marriage, I mean we'd just be pretending. Pretending? What do you mean? He's like, wait. Okay, okay. You're pretending to be married because you're like, I've done, well, but this doesn't make any sense. Okay, hold on. I've made several confessions and proposals, but I haven't done so in real life. Okay. Like, we don't write romance, so every time we've pretended to be in a relationship, we're like, well, maybe pretending to be in a relationship will help me write romance. Cool. So I could see Riku thinking the same thing. Like, maybe if I have a pretend marriage, I'll understand how to act like a husband for this role that I have to do because it's something I've never done before. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I've never actually baked a cake, so maybe I will try baking a cake, or I will see if someone can teach me, or, whatever, to prepare for a role. You know what I mean? You're doing research. So, okay, I get it. But why would you start out with marry me? Excuse me, motherfucker? And then he's like, well, okay, so wait. But like, he's made several confessions and proposals, but he hasn't done so in real life. So I'm just I wanted to go back, but if he's done this before in movies, why would he need this experience? But confessing your love for someone is different, and like, maybe proposing, because, whatever, than pretending to be someone's, like, pretending to be a husband in a movie. It might be a little different. So like, okay, all right. But for a second I was like, why would you need to pretend if you've done this before in movies? But it is a little different, like, I'm madly, passionately in love with you, and acting like a good husband type of a thing. But also, okay, I feel like you should have led with this, but then we wouldn't have had the fun, excuse me? Moment where we're all like, yes? Oh, you were I knew you were joking. I'm gonna go home and cry now. Pretending? What do you mean? I want you to pretend to go out with me under the pretense that we're getting married. Going out? Married? Me? And with you? We'd just be pretending, though. Let me get this straight. You and I were dating, you proposed to me, and I said yes. So in other words, I'd be your fiancé and lover, but it would only be pretend. Yes, it seems that you understand the situation, so... Hold on! I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand what you're saying. I love that. I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand what you're saying. I love that so much, because that is exactly it. I get it, but I don't get it. I love this game, because that is exactly, like, I understand, but I do not understand at all. Like, I just want to read it again. I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know why it's so funny, but it is. What do you mean pretend? I don't get it. I mean, I do, but I don't. Wait, I've got it. It's for work, right? Yeah, that has to be it. You had me for a second there. We just laughed at him and he's pouting at us. I love his pout. Because the thing I love about that, how dare you, the freaking haughty face he gives us in this one, is because there's this, like, look in his eyes that's like, the audacity. Like, he's just offended that we're making him like, it's just something in his face. It's so funny. Huh? This is for work, right? Well, not exactly. But I can't really deny that it somehow concerns my work. As far as work itself, I could probably take care of myself even without someone to help. Right. Of course. Why are we saying that? This makes less sense. It's about my father. Your father? And do you know him, perchance? He's also an actor, but he hasn't had many roles lately. I know of him, I guess. Well, he runs a private agency that I also belong to. That I knew. But what does this have to do with your father? I want to introduce you to him as my fiancé. That's the part I don't get! But why? Because why? I feel like I'm a child trying to, why can't I go play outside, Mom? Because I said so, but why? This is great. I want him to know that there's someone like that in my life. I wonder how he wants to do that. Ask. I don't get it. If that's what you want, wouldn't it be better to find a real fiancé? Why bring someone in just to pretend? If only. There's no one like that in my life right now, which is why I'm asking you. If there's not anyone, then there's no reason to introduce them, is there? I like how he's just being so, like, he's not specifying. We're like, But if you don't have anyone, then why would you want to pretend? I need to pretend to have a fiance, but like, why? To introduce them to my father, so meet someone. There's no one like that. But then why are you pretending? Oh, dear God. What is happening? I love this. There is. That's why I'm asking. Huh? Nishijima realized that I wasn't getting it at all and sighed, looking dejected. Well, to be honest, I want to quit being an actor. What? My father's super against it, though, and won't let me stop. Oh, look at his little sad face. You can't say no. We weren't going to, but like, now you can't say no even if you wanted to. Look at his sad little pouty face. Look at his sad eyes. He's like a sad little kitten. Stop it. Pet him and hold him, goddammit. Make him feel better. Stop it. Wait a second. Does that mean you plan on turning down the role for the upcoming movie? Maybe it's weird coming from me, but you do realize that the chances of you getting the role are super high. What's going to happen with the audition results? Nothing's been officially announced yet, but I think all the directors working on it have already made up their minds. Sorry, I'm sure you don't need to hear this from me. And don't worry, I intend to see through what I've started. But this will be the last one. Wait, this movie will? Something happen? This isn't something I just recently decided. See, I told you he didn't want to be an actor. He wants to like whittle ducks or some shit. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is. And now he has to pretend that he's getting married so his father will let him quit because because people who are married don't act. I mean, I guess maybe he's more like, I want to quit acting because I want to pay attention to my wife. I don't want to abandon, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you could get away with that, you know? Alright, I see what you're doing here. And the truth is, I've been looking for a chance to quit for a while now. Really? I've brought it up with my father many times, but he keeps piling job after job on me, no end in sight. He's doing it less for my sake and more to preserve his own job security. So I thought about it. If I could expand the conversation by adding a third party into the mix, he would have no choice but to listen to me. And on top of that, this would make a perfect scandal, don't you think? Scandal? What do you mean? This is like, I like that this is an imaginary situation with the CG. Like, all of a sudden, who's that woman with Nishijima and what's her relationship with him? Could it be the rumored lover we've been hearing about? Perhaps marriage is in the works. It's embarrassing to be put on the spot like this, but yes, she's certainly that special someone in my life. Wait a second. Oh my god! This is a huge scoop! Famous actor Riku Nishijima and his new lover! Extra, extra, read all about it! Does anyone actually fucking say that? What are we, newsies now? Now wait just a second here! You have it all wrong! I said wait! You've got it all wrong! I like that. They were like, wait. Imagining this. Imagining the train wreck that would inevitably unfold, I turned to Nishijima. No way, not a chance. You say scandal like it's no big deal, but it'd be a huge issue if it actually happened. First of all, you have so many female fans. If news of a lover got leaked... Yep, exactly. It would most definitely spell the end of my career. It wouldn't bode well for my father either. I just find that very funny. That it's like, you have so many female fans, and that if you had a girlfriend, everyone, it would just ruin your life. That's so fucked up. Like, I know that's, like, the thing, like, especially with, like, idols and stuff, that, like, oh my god, but, and, like, so many voice actors, wasn't it, Hiroshi Kamiya, who, for, like, years hid a wife and a child! All of a sudden, I was like, yeah, actually, what the shit? This man should not have to hide. I mean, I understand, like, maybe... like, to protect that person, but I think she's a manga artist, if I remember correctly. But, like, all of a sudden it was like, yeah, this is my 2-year-old child. What the shit? You had a fucking wife and a child and nobody knew? Like, I mean, it's a lot easier, I feel like, in Japan for idols and, like, celebrities to kind of, like, not be stalked by paparazzi like they, like, American celebrities. But, like, I just can't imagine, like, and then, like, what? Oh, your fans are so mad and how dare you because you belong to them. That's some fucked up entitlement. Like, even Americans aren't that entitled to their celebrities, and we're assholes. We big ass fucking assholes. We were over here like, I don't care if kids are getting shot. I need my gurns. Not all of us, but I'm just saying, that's the general mentality. And even we're like, I mean, nah, if that dude wants to get married, that's his fucking right. I mean, female fans will be over there like, she is, like, not good for him. Like, he should date me. I'd be so much better. But, like, listen, don't think I'm not gonna be a little sad when Tom Hiddleston gets married, man. Like, you know, the man's probably married and we just don't know about it. But, like, you know, be like, oh, my dreams! But, like, fucking A, I'm never gonna meet the man. He's not gonna marry my potato ass. But, like, you know, keep the fantasy alive. Sure. But, like, you don't, like, get all mad and, like, I will never see another one of his movies. You do that when they turn out that they're, like, child molesters or rapists or some shit. Or just scumbags, and you're like, oh, they're actually an asshole. Yeah, okay, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Scientologists or some shit. You know? Like, you don't get mad because they fell in love. What the hell? I just can never understand this mentality of, like, Japanese or Korean idols can't get married or date because it'll just ruin everything. Like, your career would be ruined if you were a normal teenage girl and not a boyfriend. I mean, okay, you know, it didn't work out so well with Britney and K-Fed and that whole drama shit, and, like, whatever. But, like, could you imagine, like, you're never allowed, you're like, I'm, like, 30. I guess I have to retire if I want to get married ever. Like, that's just sad. Like, what the fuck? Let people fall in love. Stop it. You know? I mean, it works well for the story, but, like, it just, in reality, the reality of it is just sad and kind of fucked up that, like, there's this mentality that these people belong to you. You know what I mean? And, like, that they have to kind of hide until they're like, yep, we're married now. They've been dating for 10 years. What the shit? Let them get married and just say they got married. Like, what the hell? Like, I think it's almost more fucked up that then your female fans, for, like, Riku's fans, like, let's say he did have a girlfriend for real, that they have they're harboring delusions that they would ever have a chance to be with him when he's got a wife and 3 kids. You know what I mean? Let them down easy. The man is never going to fall in love with you. He has a wife. And now his 3rd kid's on the way. Now there's a 4th kid on the... Girl, get over it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little fucking delusional to let people, like, it's fucking weird to me. It's just fucking weird. And I'm crazy and delusional. Okay? Anyway, not the point. But I just think it's kind of like, and he's over here like, yes, downfall of my career. This poor man. And that's precisely why this is perfect. If you don't listen to me, I'll tell the whole world about my fiancé. Something like that. Oh, I see. You're threatening him. Why does he look like he's having so much fun with this conversation? Because he doesn't want to be an actor and he's, like, so happy he can finally do what he wants. It's kind of adorable, actually, that he's slightly devious. You're like, oh, you're going to threaten your dad and blackmail him. This is interesting. This happened during audition camp as well. There were times when Nishijima seemed a little off, almost like a different person. Wait a second. If you're threatening him, you don't plan on actually going through with it then. You're finally getting it. It seems you can still think rationally even in times of extreme confusion. That's good. That was like the weirdest compliment. They can think rationally even in times of extreme confusion. He's just so happy about it. Like, yeah, but I guess? What? I wonder if that's the writer in you. He's just so happy and we're like, wait, what? Anyway, I'm not exactly an idol, so no one will tell me I can't do it. But think about it. Everyone's giving it their all on set. And here I am swinging my fame around to do whatever I please. All just to hook up with the resident intern. Front page material, don't you think? Right. Even if it's not true, if people hear that, they'll think you're scum for sure. I'm just like, this is what he wants. This is baffling. This is hilarious. That said, it's not like I think any of this is a good thing. Being a celebrity is about selling an image. While it doesn't matter to me, I wouldn't actually wish this upon anyone in the industry, you know? He just casually say it didn't matter to him? He really is serious about this. If that's the case, I don't think I'd be a good candidate at all. For starters, I'm not even an actor. Wouldn't it make more sense to find someone who could play the part much better than I could? Maybe, but if I found someone like that, there'd be no end to the questions about why I want to quit. On top of that, it'd be someone from the industry. The risk of it coming to light and damaging my father's company is much greater. There's also the risk that it would ruin my partner's career, which I'd like to avoid. Suppose my resume is a bit short. It would be a different story if they longed to retire themselves, though. Longed. And then... There's always the chance I'd fall in love for real. And if and when that happened, we'd have a real scandal on our hands. This hurts my feelings a little. But you know what? Okay, hold on. There's the chance we'd fall in love, and if that ever happened, then you're like... So you're basically implying that there's no way in hell you'd ever fall in love with me. I want to be like, ow! That hurts! And it does! But also, joke's on you, motherfucker, because yes, you will! You're gonna fall in love with me! I will make you fall in love with me. Who's bamboozling who now? You're gonna fall for me so motherfucking hard, Riku. I got this. Challenge accepted, bitch. I mean, I should really be more offended by, there's always the chance I'd fall in love for real. Ouch! But yeah, but again, you're like, oh, you have that hurt face, and then you're like, yeah, we'll see about that. A real train wreck. Yikes. Nishijima smiled as he continued to talk, having way too much fun with this. The best part is, though, she's like, yeah, I'm not worried about you not falling in love with me. You know what I mean? But, later, it's gonna be like, he said he'd fall for real, and I'm actually falling for him. Crap. For a second there, he almost had me convinced. But what if it's the other way around? What if I'm the one that falls for you? It's exactly the way it's gonna go. If that happened, I definitely want to know your reasons for quitting. Nishijima gave me a smug look as I tried desperately to find a reason to refuse him. Oh, please. You and I both know that's a lie. Huh? Do you not remember how you reacted just moments ago to the news I wanted to quit? Of course I do. It was about the movie. Ah. I stopped myself mid-sentence, realizing what he was getting at. Right. Anyone remotely interested in me would have thought to ask why first. You didn't, though, did you? As someone working on the same things as me, your first concern was about the movie. You had absolutely no interest in me outside of the job. Am I wrong? Oh, ouch! Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Oh, I do, though. Me? Playing the game, I care. I want to know why you want to quit. I knew you were a sad boy inside. She's mean. We hurt you. Oh. Wait, that's not what I... Shoot! I can't say anything back to that. But I mean, right now she's just he's just some random person and he could be your brother. I just felt like that little cat. I don't know why that popped into my head right when I made that noise. Oh my god. But okay, wait. We're your dad could be my dad, you could be my brother. Oh, this will be awesome. Let's go. Yeah, hi. Oh yeah, you were on that movie. My mom worked on that. She was the writer. Right, Riku, baby, sweetie? And then he's like, you can't marry her. I'm her father. And then that's, I mean, that's not what's gonna happen because Riku's not my brother, but like, you know, that would be a really great, hey girl, that's a really great way to find out if he's your dad or not. Really give the man a heart attack. He's not gonna deny fucking your mom if he thinks you're sleeping with his son and your brother and sister. Is he? I feel like it'd be, like, I mean, I feel like if you're Riku's dad, and then she comes up and you had, and let's say this, like, okay, we're Riku's dad. We actually banged Spacey's mom. And we know damn well that she's our daughter now. Okay, she comes up, I'm dating Riku, and blah, you know my mom, and we're like, fuck, you could be my daughter, I had sex with your mom. Right? Wouldn't you be like, oh my god, you can't date, you might be siblings, I totally fucked your mom! Right? I mean, it maybe come out a little bit better than that, but you totally have to admit it, because your choice is to, like, deny it and let your son be in love with his fiance, who's his half-sister. And carry that with you forever every time you saw them and you had grandchildren? I mean, you'd have to come clean. You can't be like, I'm just not going to tell anyone about the affair. You'd have to. You'd have to. Your son's going to bang his sister. I mean, like shit. So, like, it's the best way to find out that Riku's dad isn't your dad. Like, pretending to be his lover and then casually bringing up your mom and then him, like, being like, oh, yeah, I met her. She was cool. That's kind of neat. Anyway, and then, like, you know, not being your dad. Because you know damn well if he was, he'd be like, wait. Even if he wasn't your dad, but he slept with your mom, there'd be that moment of hesitation and doubt. And the shit would come out. So I'm just saying. This is a brilliant plan. Everything about this route is so fucking weird. What are we in, like, the third part? Shit. Oh, God. See? As long as the movie is a success, you don't really see any reason to stop me. There's no chance at all you'd fall for me. I like how you think that, but you know what? Challenge also accepted! Oh, yeah. You think, Mr. Smarty Pants, there's no way you'd fall for me. That hurts me a little, but you know what? I'll accept that challenge and I will make you fall for me. And in the meantime, I will also fall for you. I'm going to prove you wrong on both fronts. Yeah! Wait a minute. I consider myself lucky. I couldn't have found a more perfect candidate. What? Hold on a minute. You realize I haven't agreed to any of this, right? Wow, you're surprisingly stubborn, huh? Could you imagine? Could you imagine just somebody coming up to you and proposing this and you're like, what? I'm gonna need a minute. And they're like, God, why won't you just do this? The audacity of Riku to just, but he was just so, he's not even being a bitch about it. He's just like, oh my God, it's a great plan. You're in, right? And you're like, I ain't gonna need a minute. And he's like, why? Come on, it's a great plan. Like, it's like it never occurred to him that we wouldn't agree to this. I love him so much. He's handsome and wonderful, and he's kind of a little bit of an idiot. Like, seriously, stupid? You didn't think I was gonna hesitate maybe a little bit? Thought I would just be like, awesome, I'm on board. Like, dude. I mean, I know you didn't just propose stealing the Declaration of Independence, where you could understand I might need a minute, but this is still, like, up there with the I kind of need a minute things. Like, but why? We're just pretending to be in love. And getting married. It has nothing to do with being stubborn. I'd be more worried if I wasn't concerned at all about such a sketchy proposal. Well, it's not like you don't stand to gain anything from all this, you know. What do you mean? You said before that you weren't very good at writing romance, didn't you? Huh? Did I say that? Sure did. Let me think. It was around... yes, during the improv session. Improv? See, okay, he's smart. The man's smart, but also kind of an idiot. Like... Sometimes people that are really, really smart are kind of stupid sometimes. You're like, you are really, really smart over here, but really dumb over here. And I just feel like that's what we're having with Riku. Like, he's intelligent, but also a little bit stupid. At the very first audition... Audition? Rob. The theme is love and friendship. Are there any genres you find difficult? Well, yes, I'm not too good with romance. Oh, I guess I did say that. See? Like, you remembered everything I said. I feel like you've been concocting this plan in the back of your fucking mind for a long time. I'm surprised you remember that. That was quite a while ago. And to be honest, I'd forgotten too. I only remembered when I had to play that role from the script you wrote. At the time, I thought to myself, wow, these are some really, mature words coming out of a young lady. And that made me remember. Sure. I'm not sure if that's a compliment. So when you said you're not very good at it, you mean writing it, right? Well, yeah. I feel like that's also experiencing it. And that's because you probably have absolutely zero experience with men, isn't it? What? Oh, wait, and don't tell me. There's never even been someone you liked? It all makes sense now. You can't sympathize with the characters in your own stories. It's just, you're like, oh god! Oh no, we've dug our hole even deeper. He's not wrong. You shouldn't be assuming that about other people. And judging from your reaction, I'm spot on. I had a feeling that I had a feeling that was it ever since the audition camp. Since way back then? Anyway, wouldn't this be a great chance to study romance directly? And doing so will bring you one step closer to your dream. Your goal is to become a full-fledged screenwriter, right? And look at these serious face! Your goal is to become a full-fledged screenwriter, right? I think you should do this. It's stupid to let this opportunity slip through your fingers. God damn it, he's right. Well, yeah. He makes a good point. Experience would definitely help me where I'm weakest. It's just, I can't make such an important decision right away. Is that so? And then he pouts! You can't give me that intense, sultry, fucking haughty look that turns me on so much, and then pout at me like this with that also, like, disappointed eye. Like, you just can't give me these looks. Stop it. Yes, it is. If you already know about my lack of experience, then you know we'd be found out right away. And if you're found out, then it's all over in more ways than one. Just thinking about it gives me chills. It'll probably work out. Yeah, probably. Probably? What do I do? I can't see any scenario in which I say yes ending well. Actually, rather than telling him I need time, I should flat out refuse right now. Alright, I understand. I'll give you some time to think it over. Huh? I think, given time, you'll come to see the merits of this proposal. So in the meantime... Meantime? No need to be so scared. Just until you give me your answer, I'd like you to work as my assistant. Assistant? I don't understand. First, I'm your fiancé, and now I'm an assistant? Well, it's much easier than being my fiancé, right? Plus, you being my assistant won't cause any issues, even if we're found out. That's probably true. And not only that, but I think having someone around would help me greatly. You may not know, but I don't have a manager. You don't? Now that I think about it, he was always alone during the audition camp. You're so famous that I would have thought you had countless managers hanging around. Countless? I'm not sure what your image of actors is, but that's simply not true. Really? You don't have people checking your schedule, handing you drinks, fanning you when you get hot? There's no one like that? I've never seen that in my life. If anyone's grabbing drinks, it would probably just be an assistant or intern. Yeah, that's really informative, actually. But that's not what I meant. My point is that it's odd someone like you doesn't have a manager in the first place. Is there a reason for that? Well, it's not that I haven't thought about it before. I mentioned this earlier, but I belong to my father's company. In other words, everyone who works there works for him. If one of them were my manager, it'd be essentially the same as inviting people to spy on me. No thanks. Spying? What in the world is his relationship with his father like? And not just that. And to be frank, I find it much easier to work alone. And that's all. Yeah, I guess I can see that. If working alone's easier, wouldn't an assistant eventually become a bother? Plus, if all this time you worked alone, why would you need an assistant now? I wasn't quite convinced yet. I looked at Nishijima and he slowly closed his eyes. You make a good point. Honestly, I think meeting so many new people at the audition camp inspired me to make a change. Inspired? Yeah, and lately, I've really wanted to focus on my private life too. See, and that's why you want an assistant? When he opened his eyes again, I could see the fatigue on his face as he forced a smile. This may or may not come as a surprise to you, but working alone is extremely hard. Yeah, I think so too. He's right. With how famous he is, he must be drowning in work. And to do all that by himself? No wonder he has no private life. We've already been Seina's assistant, so we can handle this. Like, assistant manager. Not in this, world, but still, we've done it. It's ingrained in us somewhere. What do you say? In just being my assistant? Well, I'm not his father's subordinate, and I guess I can sort of sympathize with him. Miss Ueda, will you help me? I love how all of a sudden sparkles are here, because we turned on the charm. It's like, bing! Help me. Well, if you ask me like that. Wow, this is that famous sparkling aura. I love the fact that they actually put a sparkling aura on him. I'm trying so hard to ignore my bird shrieking downstairs. I'm being a raging dickhead. Okay, I get it already. I get that things are difficult for you right now. But at least let me talk to Professor Asagi first. I still have my job to consider. As soon as I said that, Nishijima smiled, and then immediately dropped the sparkling aura. I love the fact that he could just turn it on and off. It's freaking amazing. Right, that's perfectly fine. And then I think we're done here for today. Huh? I look forward to working with you. Right. Me too. He's like, okay, bye, you can go. The next thing I knew, I was standing outside, more confused than ever. To be honest, his story was just plain ridiculous. Still, I never would have guessed that that was what he meant when he said he had something important to tell me. Introducing me to his father as his fiancé just so he can quit acting? What a mess. Although I didn't want to admit it, Nishijima had made a good point about the merits of the arrangement. As his fiancé, I could ask more about Kosuke. I could ask more about Kosuke Nishijima, or better yet, maybe meet him in person. What a coincidence. Nishijima doesn't know about my plans, so maybe I caught a lucky break. Learning about romance through a pro, and finding out more about my father. I'd be killing two birds with one stone, so despite the risks, it might be worth it. However, he's the famous Riku Nishijima. He's not just some ordinary person. Just one ill-timed news report would be the end for both of us in an instant. I'll think about that later. For now, I need to consult Professor Asagi about being Nishijima's assistant. I was tired of thinking about it, so I decided to wait to hear what Professor Asagi had to say about it and headed home. I know you're down there screaming, but please be good. It had been 2 days since then. Summer break ended and classes were back in session. Ever since the camp had ended, Professor Asagi had been working on the script, only giving lectures once a month. Today, however, he had to stop by the campus and pick up some documents. I dropped by to help him. After that, we planned to go straight to his house, and I'd help with his housework. When I think about it, I'm actually pretty busy every day. So, that said, do you think being Nishijima's assistant would be too much after all? I left out the part about being his fiancé and about him wanting to quit. Still, I was anxious for Professor Asagi's opinion. I was hoping he would agree with me. His assistant, huh? Well, it's definitely surprising coming from him, to say the least. Yeah, I was very surprised when he asked. Professor Asagi went silent for a moment, deep in thought. He then looked back up with a smile. That's honestly not a bad deal. Huh? As long as it doesn't affect your studies, I don't see a problem with accepting his offer. But I'm still acting as your assistant, and I'm getting paid for it. I wouldn't worry about that. I'll still call you when I need help, and I'm sure Mr. Nishijima will understand. I think I said this before, but give it a try, and if you find yourself concerned about money, then come talk to me. Oh, okay. But Nishijima's company is filled with his father's spies, at least according to him, It doesn't sound like a great work environment. It seems there's a lot to deal with already. Will I really be okay there? I see. That certainly does sound chaotic. Not to mention that Nishijima seems to hate his own father. His father used to star in plays and movies back in the day. Have you, by chance, worked with him before? Can't say that I have. Anything I know about him I heard either on TV or by hearsay. See, working with family in this industry certainly comes with its own issues. Nishijima's worked together with his father in the past, and this is just a rumor, but they may be considering doing it again. It could be that he wanted someone he trusts to consult with about that, so he asked you. Either way, and this is Kosuke Nishijima. He was the lead in Pretend to Love, right? True. Since that's the case, wouldn't this be the perfect chance to talk to him about it? Yeah, but Professor Asagi doesn't know the truth. The assistant thing is just a facade. He actually wants me to be his fake fiancé so he can quit acting! Of course, I couldn't say that part out loud. He's like, what are you screaming in your head? I can tell. You're like, ah! Just the look on your face. The final decision is up to you, but I think this is a great opportunity. Right. And just a reminder, though, if you do accept his offer, be mindful and don't let it affect your own studies, okay? I understand. I'll do my best on both fronts. Great. Well, good luck with things. I guess, as a visiting professor, he supports other avenues of learning, so he has a point. It really might be a great opportunity. I know that he's our mentor and, like, writing and everything like that, but it is really weird that we go to him for this kind of advice, because it definitely isn't, like, I mean, it's a different vibe than if we went to Kazuma and was like, hey, so I need to ask for your advice on something, you know, because he's our friend. This is our professor and our mentor, and sure, I mean, we're like, hey, is that going to get in the way of me being your assistant? Understandable, you know what I mean? You don't want a conflict of interest, work interests, whatever. But, like, just the way we rely on him is just so strange. And it just makes you feel, like, a little weird about his route. Because, like, I don't want them to take him away from me and not be a romance because he's my half-brother, because I don't want that. That's not what I want. You would have to have, like, the finale route, not Asaki's route. His route should be a romance. But, like, it does feel weird when they set this up and, like, I rely on him, thanks, Professor, and I need your advice as an adult, and I'm just a baby adult, and you're an adulty adult, and then we're gonna fall in love, and that... you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It feels weird. I don't know. And then it makes me worry that you're gonna not let me romance him, and that's gonna make me sad, so... I decided to go through with it, but I didn't feel like giving Nishijima my answer yet, so I did some research on what assistants did. Looks like most assistants are young aspiring actors apprenticing, doing odd jobs. I'm not really interested in acting, though. It could be similar to what I already do for Professor Asagi. Usually a manager handles finding work and scheduling. If Nishijima's been doing all that himself, he has it pretty rough. I guess I'll accept the assistant job, but I feel like I've been strung along. Wait a second. Could it be that the whole fiancé thing was just to get me to agree to be his assistant? Is there a name for it? Oh, isn't there a name for it? What was it called again? Oh, right. The door in the face technique. Maybe I can use it in my next script. Now's not the time for that, Spacey. If he only wanted an assistant, then the whole fiancé thing was unnecessary. I mean, for real. I'm just doing something crazy and then you'll agree to be my assistant. He could have just asked. You know what I mean? Anyway, if Nishijima was going as far as hiring an assistant, I wondered what exactly he wanted to do outside of work. If it wasn't about work, then maybe hobbies? He did say something about feeling inspired. Ugh. Now I'm suddenly interested in Nishijima's private life. See, Nishijima, even I'd get curious if you went that far. He really went that far. But I guess if he hadn't, I probably wouldn't have cared. I ignored that sad realization, grabbed my phone, and opened the Ring app. That said, like, if he hadn't gone this far and asked and made that comment, then I wouldn't have given a shit, and you're like, oh, that's sad. Well, like, I mean, if you stop and think, I don't give a shit about this person's personal life, you're like, oh, that does make you feel harsh, but you can't care about everyone's personal life, you know what I mean? You can't wonder about it all the time. Spend your entire life wondering about other people's lives instead of, like, your own. I scrolled through my contacts and stopped at Riku Nishijima. Nishijima, hope you're well. About the other day. I'll do it. I'll be your assistant. Your assistant only. And send. What the? That was fast. Oh, it's a little penguin sticker with a thank you. It's adorable. I guess Nishijima uses stickers too. That means he's happy with my response, right? Why do I feel I've played right into his hands? You have. He's an actor, remember? Remembering his mischievous, cunning smile, I braced myself for what was to come. He's gonna force you into being his fiancé. But you know what I mean? It's like something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like, oh, she's my fiancé. He's like, now you can't back out. And you're like, what the shit, man? We're gonna get bamboozled into it. I'm sorry, but I had to, and we're gonna forgive him because he's gonna give us that cute little pouty face, and we're gonna be like, alright, fine. The very next morning, Nishijima promptly sent me a schedule for the upcoming week. It included 2 titles he was starring in. A few more days passed after that until I finally had a day off school. It was time for my debut as an assistant. I wonder what a real set looks like. I've been to auditions before, but that's not really the same. Kind of nervous. My anxiety was about to take over when... Oh, Miss Ueda, here you go. Huh? He was holding a small rectangular case about the size of my palm. I wasn't sure what was going on, but when I went ahead and opened the lid... These are business cards! I was wondering if he got us business cards. Whoa, when did you have these made? Right after our conversation that evening. I was sure you would take the job after all. Such a fucking con artist. He knew because he's like, I conned you into it, it's fine. Was I that obvious? Does an assistant really need these, though? Beats me. This is a first for me, too. I just figured it might be a pain if people confused you for a manager or something. Yes, you have a point. I wouldn't know how to answer anything as a manager. Right. I had calmed down a bit while we were talking, but the anxiety came flooding back when I looked at the business cards again. I guess I'm a little nervous, this being my first day and all. Is that so? Nishijima didn't appear that interested in my plight. He just continued looking out the window. What's with his not my problem attitude? Although it was nice to have business cards for the first time, well, he's gone as far as making these for me, so I can at least do my best. But wait, what if... Were these part of the plan to hype me up for this job? Nishijima seemed unaware of the doubtful look on my face as he continued to stare out the window. So how much of this was calculated? All of it. And he's like, and now I'll act like I don't care that she's nervous. And then, eventually, we'll get into a situation. Yes, I think I can play this right. And then I'll just have to pretend she's my fiancé, and then she'll just have to go along with it. The whole fucking thing! I wouldn't put it past him! I love it, shady bastard. It was best that I didn't let my guard down around him. It's all professionals here, huh? I was meekly peeking down the hallway, but Nishijima walked along, unfazed as usual. And don't be so stiff. It's not like this is your first time on a set, right? It's not the same! This is my first time on a real set! I see. And don't worry, you don't have to do anything unless I call for you, so relax a little. Well, shall we head on in? No, wait! Nishijima, wait! Nishijima completely ignored my pleading and continued down the hallway without a care in the world. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be working with you all again today. Riku, morning! Who's that tagging along with you? Whips out a frickin' Spacey, assistant! Spacey, his assistant! I'm his assistant! I'm gonna need more business cards. I gave them all away. Oh, you're right, and she's so cute. Who is she? Someone new in the office? She certainly looks like she's new. Those are 2 different ladies, I think. Great, now they're crowding around us. Actually, she's not a new worker, but my assistant. Whoa, I thought you preferred to work alone. And now you've brought a cute girl along. Bamboozled! This was all part of your plan! I love it! He's like, they'll be like, this cute girl, and then I'll be like, I know, and then they won't be surprised when I say she's my girlfriend and I was just pretending was my assistant. He's been calculating this the whole time! Maybe he only acts stupid sometimes. Nah, I mean, he's pretty stupid, he doesn't know how to fucking make a salad, but like... stupid, but really fucking smart. He's a calculating genius. Goddamn genius motherfucker who doesn't know how to make a salad. Was that all part of his plan? He's like, if I pretend I don't know how to make a salad, she'll make the salad for me, and then she'll think I'm adorable and, like, kind of stupid. And then later, when I ask her to be my fake fiance, it'll like, has he been planning this from the beginning? How long have you been planning this? You know what? I don't trust you. I love him. She's very capable and talented, and that's why I asked her. I don't doubt that. You wouldn't have agreed otherwise. Everyone was happily standing in a circle with Nishijima in the center. At the audition camp, both the participants and the staff talked to each other super casually. But even pros on an official movie set are friendly with one another. Seems I'm pretty popular with the staff. The next moment... Nishijima, sorry to bug you when you just got here, but the director wants to see you. Understood. I'll be right there. Nishijima turned back to me, still smiling. I'll be back in a bit. Wait here until then, please. Huh? Wait, does this mean I have to fend for myself for an entire hour? Once again, ignoring my distress, Nishijima disappeared off into the distance with his carefree smile. Ugh, you could have at least introduced me to everyone before going off somewhere. Now what? Discouraged, I slumped for a second, but then I regained my composure and turned to the expectant staff members. Again, it's nice to meet you all. My name's Spacey, and as of today, I'll be working as Nishijima's assistant. I look forward to working with all of you. Please excuse any mistakes while I'm learning the ropes. I bowed deeply and handed a business card to each staff member. They all received them with a smile. We really did give fucking... handing these out. I have no more left. Oh, so you're not a manager then? No, just an assistant. Still, even though you're so young, you gave a great introduction. Not bad. You said as of today, so does that mean today's your first day? Yes, it is. Ah, you must be nervous then. So young. Right? You really do look young. Are you a student, perhaps? Yes, I'm a college student. Is that right? Oh, that's a lady. Is that right? I'm studying to become a screenwriter. One of my professors knows Nishijima, and that's how he went. Wow, a screenwriter, huh? That means you get to see him outside of the workplace. What's he like then? Huh? Oh, I want to hear too. He's so kind, calm, and collected on set, and so patient with others. I'm like, that's pretty much him. Aside from the conspiring to get out of acting by pretending I'm his fiancé to cause a scandal. Let's not mention that. Right? So what's he like normally? Is he just as nice outside of work? Does he have that prince aura even on his days off? I don't exactly know him well enough to... Don't keep us in suspense! What's he like? You're not letting me off the hook. I really don't know much about him, though. They obviously weren't going to let me brush it off, so I racked my brain for something. Anything. I guess when he talked about his dad, I could tell he had some negative emotions, but aside from that, he's usually wearing that smile. Probably. Maybe? I decided to forget Nishijima's ridiculous proposal for now. It's probably exactly what you're thinking. He's the same even outside of work. Always smiling. Probably. Yeah. I knew it! So he's like that even in his private life. A real-life Prince Charming. I mean, yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah. You know, Prince Charming was conspiring to quit acting by bamboozling his father with a fake fiancé, but I'm sure princes are cunning. So, yeah, I mean, he hasn't been a dick or anything. You're just like, holy shit, this is... what? You know. How does it feel, Spacey, knowing you'll be with him 24/7? I don't think I'll be seeing him that often. You're not going to fall madly, deeply in love with him, are you? What? In love? With Nishijima? Abso-fucking-lutely, I already am. I paused to think, then answered, maybe? Not gonna happen. I love that not gonna happen is the right answer. Not gonna happen. And it absolutely happens. I love it. I love that this is like, yeah, no, like, we might respect each other. And this is not the typical, like, enemies to lovers where you're like, God, I hate this motherfucker. And you're like, they're so gonna bang later. You know what I mean? Where they hate each other. This is more like, look, we'd work well together. There's no way you're gonna fall for me. I'm not gonna fall for you. Come on. There's just a business arrangement. And you're like, yeah, okay, cool. We kind of... But, like, there's usually some animosity in, like, romance movies when that kind of trope happens. Like, oh, God, this guy. But we don't have that. We're like, yeah, I don't really know him, and I'm not gonna fall for him. I'm like, I guess I can be yours. And I'm like, okay, like, he's acting a little weird, but like, he's a friendly acquaintance. You know what I mean? And we're like, all right, cool, friendly acquaintance. I don't really know much about him, but I don't think anything ill of him. But I'm also not like, he's the best thing ever. We're like, yeah, he's fine, I guess. I don't really know, you know? And he's the same way about us. We're both kind of indifferent to each other. Like, yeah, they're okay. And so we're both like, yeah, we're never going to fall in love. That's silly. And then we do. Kind of love it. It's like the enemies to lovers tropes, minus the enemies part. It's like we're kind of indifferent to each other, you know? I mean, I guess that's what everyone starts out at, but this fits kind of more into that niche where we're like, business proposal, but not like, I hate you, but we have to do this type of a thing that, you know, there's no animosity. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, that's not gonna happen. And he's like, yes, I love that you think it's not going to happen. Perfect. How can you be so sure? On the off chance that it did happen, I don't want to be stabbed by one of his fans. See? Oh my god, we can get stabbed in this one too! I thought Sana's route was where we were getting stabbed. Nope, here you go. I'd rather continue enjoying life. The staff member looked at me and then burst out laughing. You have a point. Wouldn't want to incur the wrath of his fans. Right? I want to live a long life if I can help it. The staff were watching me expectantly, and I smiled bitterly. What I can say is that I respect and look up to Nishijima. Romance excluded. Me too. He's always nice even to people like me, and he's so down to earth despite his fame. Plus, his father's a famous actor too. People often compare them and say Nishijima's just riding on his father's coattails. But I don't think he's used his father's influence for anything. I really respect that. Right. There are plenty of arrogant celebrities' kids, but Riku's nothing like that. Everyone who's worked with him at least once always wants to work with him again. Wait, so if he's perfect at work and in private, then he really is a prince, isn't he? Like, there's nothing wrong at all. Not even a small quirk or anything, or something. Well... Exactly. I wonder if there's anything he's not good at. I'll find out later for you. I'd like to know, too. I worked with him when he debuted as a child, and even then he was already amazing. Spacey, is there really nothing more you could tell us about him? I'm curious as well. What are his quirks? Something, anything. If you have any tidbit at all, we want to know. No, Spacey, spill the beans. Tell us everything you know. Help! I can't take this pressure. I wasn't lying. I really don't know Nishijima that well. I promise. Who's saying? I want to believe it's Riku coming back and saying, really now, ganging up on her like this? It is. Really now, ganging up on her like this? I don't know why they didn't just say it was Riku, but now we get a cute CG. He just wrapped his arms around me. He is purposely doing this to cause a scandal! And could you please not bully our resident cutie? He knows exactly what he's fucking doing! Oh my god! We're at time like this. I have a feeling we're gonna get into our pretend time here, because I see one coming up, so hold on. Huh? Look at the way he's got his arm around me. I love this. Nishijima? I'm sorry about that. And did you miss me? What? I have no words. Please forgive me. I know you must have missed me terribly while I was gone. Pardon? Nishijima grinned mischievously as I stood there, mouth agape. He'd managed to draw all eyes off me and onto him, but... Why are you still where you are? Why are we in this position in the first place? Close! His face is very close. Though I didn't want to admit it, the closer he drew into me, the more I could see every minute detail of his beautiful face. Come to think of it, didn't he ask me out of the blue to marry him the other... Oh, crap! I almost let my guard down! He's a very dangerous man! I love this so much! He's so conniving! He's totally gonna pull us into this scandal. He's like, well, now you have no choice. And you're like, you son of a bitch! I applaud the effort, sir! The bamboozle! Damn! Besides, this has gotta be an act, right? I didn't have a chance to finish that thought because just a moment later... Wait a minute, Riku! You're very close to her. Oh, and you called her your resident cutie, right? Are you two actually... I see you making the moves on her like it's nothing. Suspicious. Very suspicious. What's going on, Riku? The world needs to know. I feel like all those ladies' there's like 2 different ladies, but they have 30 voices. About that. What's with that laugh? What's he scheming? My mouth was still agape from the initial shock, but then Nishijima looked deliberately at... My mouth was still agape from the initial shock, but then Nishijima looked deliberately and even more mischievously at everyone. Who knows? What? There is nothing between us! There is literally nothing between you except for clothes right now. I mean, I lifted Nishijima's arm up with both hands. Nishijima, please. Your assistant is not a toy, okay? Now, can you please let go of me? He's holding on pretty tight. I love this. He fucking did this on purpose. Phew! Freedom! Well, isn't this a surprise? By the looks of it, you seem to like her a lot, don't ya? Right? You can tell just by looking at him that he's completely smitten with her. Good actor. So does this mean you two really are... Not this again? Like I said, there is nothing between... Oh, no. Have we been found out? Well, this is embarrassing. This motherfucker! Hold on, I'm gonna save just in case this is where our, thing is. Oh, I didn't put one for Professor Asaki. I didn't leave the space. That's okay. I'm gonna save... Oh, wait, no. Oh, actually... Well, yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna save here. I have a feeling our pretend time might be coming up. Anyway. I love this. And it's unfortunate it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate this part might go kind of long, but I don't think you're gonna complain. Nobody's like, God, stop! Stop in an hour! We can't stand it when you go over! Come on. Oh no. Have we been found out? Well, this is embarrassing. What are you talking about? The truth is, she and I are actually... Nishijima! Mm-hmm. Don't you me with that stupid grin! Wait a second. Is this part of his plan too? This is bad. Really bad. I had to figure out a way to stop him before things got worse. Yeah, this is where the pretend time comes in. I saved in a good spot. Good for me. Save the game? Nah, don't bother, motherfucker. Pretend time. Convince everyone you're just an assistant. Like, the way you're acting with her, it's hard not to think something's going on. Right? Definitely more than just an assistant. You said you deeply respect Riku, but maybe he feels something more than that for you. Not this question again. Let's see. I think... I need to say something quick before he says something outrageous. What will you say to stop Nishijima in his tracks? That's not true. That's not true. With as much of a smile as I can muster, I quickly fired back. Don't worry, that's definitely not the case. Really? You don't feel any affection coming from him, like, at all. I'm pretty sure he's doing all this just to mess with me, being the newbie and all. No need to hold back on the assistant, right? But that's just fine by me. I'll make sure I do my part as your assistant. I made sure to emphasize assistant, then turned to Nishijima, who was stifling a laugh. You're acting so cold. But I like that side of you, too. This guy, how far does he plan on taking this? I would be totally, I wouldn't be, I'd be like, how dare you be so fucking hot right now? She's got more willpower to rebuff him than I do. Although, this is the Riku Nishijima we're talking about. You probably have so many girls lined up, it's hard to pick. Now that you mention it, there's always someone going after Riku. Just the other day, there were those girls on set. No, you two, cut that out. You're gonna make her worry if you keep talking about it. Worry? Worry about what? Right, Miss Ueda. What? Nishijima's acting completely different from normal today. His skills sure are impressive. Still, I need to stop him right here and now before he makes things worse. I have to dispel any misconceptions, but I can't say anything that would ruin people's opinion of him. He should be professional here. As his assistant, what should you say? I'm not worried. I'm worried about a scandal. Pretzel time. You're right. I'd definitely be worried about anything that could tarnish Nishijima's reputation. Wow, Miss Ueda, you really think like a model assistant. Image is everything, and romance is banned in this industry, so it's my job as an assistant to pay close attention to these things. Wow, you're like super serious about this. Even if Riku were serious about you, it'd be very difficult to win you over, huh? Yay! Still, that makes me happy. I'm glad you remember what I told you about romance in the industry. I could finally return a smug smile with one of my own. It's common knowledge for an assistant. I see. Nishijima kept up his smile, but he suddenly averted his gaze. But Miss Ueda is smart, funny, and cute. She's super popular on set. She'll be super popular on set soon, especially with the other actors. No, that's not... I think so too, actually. Huh? I was so happy when she decided to become my assistant. But this industry moves fast. I'm worried someone might snatch her away from me and leave me all alone. Why are you saying it like that? Wow, I wish someone would say that to me too, just once. I don't care if it's just for work. I'm so jealous. What's it like being so wanted, Miss Ueda? What will you do if someone else asks for you? I don't think I would do anything. What if it was someone as famous as Nishijima? Wouldn't that be a golden opportunity? There's no way that would happen. If you got an offer from a famous actor, would you take it? I'm Nishijima's assistant. No one would pick me. I'm Nishijima's assistant. For what it's worth, I'm Nishijima's assistant. I'm probably not going to go work for someone else. Oh, so it's like that after all, huh? You two can't be separated at this point? No, that's not what I meant. I'm here because I want to be a screenwriter. That's why I took the job. Oh, I see. You're thinking about your career first and foremost. Yep. Darn. I was getting so close. I was so close to getting you to say it. Yeah. I don't know why I can't read that line. Darn. I was so close to getting you to say it. Say what exactly? If only you could have admitted to being mine without the assistant part. I was so close to getting a love confession from you. This again? You'll never get anything close to that from me! This is so tiring. I'm not used to rapid-fire questions and improvising answers on the spot like he is. But if I give up here, I'd be playing straight into his hands. I can't back down now. I took a deep breath and regained my composure. I glanced at Nishijima and managed to smile back at him. Phew, thank you, Nishijima. I'm not nearly as nervous as I was before. This was all an icebreaker exercise for the newbie, right? I really appreciate your thoughtfulness. I see why you're so popular with the ladies now. You're always looking out for them. Yeah, that certainly is true. Riku is kind to just about anyone, including new employees. Yep, just hearing his soothing voice is enough to cheer anyone up for days. This is good. I like the direction this is going. I looked at Nishijima to see how he was faring. With a serious expression, he slowly closed his eyes to think. I guess that's true. I do try to treat everyone equally and not pick favorites. That said, everything changed when I met Miss Ueda. Firing straight back at full blast with a fastball. Oh, firing straight back with a fastball, huh? Well, here comes a home run. How will you respond to Riku's declaration? What was it that changed? Is that a line from a movie? Wait a second. Is that... Is that a line from an upcoming movie? What? It's a wonderful line, albeit too cheesy for real life, so I figured it must be from a movie or show. You were just trying out the line for work, right? In that case, let me help. It would help me with my writing, too. It was now my turn to grin smugly. Nishijima had no choice but to laugh it off. Yeah, that would help tons. Thanks. Score! Knocked it out of the park! This is so much fun. He was like trying to bamboozle us into accidentally being like, well, now you gotta pretend to be my fiance. And we were like firing. I love this. Miss Ueda, could it simply be that, yeah? Riku isn't your type. Huh? Not her type. This wonderful, flawless, perfect Prince Charming of a man. I agree with female staff B. I think that too, but it feels a bit like Miss Ueda's giving him the cold shoulder. No, don't be mean. I'm sure she's just shy. Right, Miss Ueda? No, that's not it either. In that case, what is your type? Inquiring minds want to know. This is a weird question to have when you first meet someone. I haven't actually thought about that before. I guess I'll say something that goes against their perception of Nishijima's character. How should I say it? What's your type? The complete opposite. Let's see, my type? Yeah? The complete opposite of Nishijima, I guess. I thought so! The opposite? What's the opposite of the kind and caring prince type? Are you attracted to bad boys? Oh, I can see that. Being so studious and proper, maybe you want someone who's nothing like you. The bad boy type, huh? Too bad, Riku. I like how he's pouting about this. He's not trying to make us actually... Are you actually trying to make me fall for you? You know what I mean? Like, I thought you were just trying to bamboozle everyone and try to... Then we have to pretend to be your fiance type of a thing, but... Now you actually seem like you're disappointed that I'm not falling for you? This is interesting. Wait a minute. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here, but it's working in my favor, I guess. You look so offended. Wow, Miss Ueda, you're like the picture-perfect assistant, huh? Right? There's not many like her these days. Sorry, Rico. You have your work cut out for you. I guess so. I better work hard so you'll see me as a man one day. There's no need for that. I promise I'll do my best, so please be patient with me, okay? I said there's no need for that. Well, this was pointless and tiring. I thought I did a pretty good job of dismissing any weird ideas they might have had. I can't believe our pretend time was, like, again, but, like, I like the fact that Riku was, like, totally into that. So anyway... Like, after all of that, 20 minutes later, I'm going to stop here and we'll continue next time. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.